Hi guys, tonight's challenge by Hussain is for my old plastic pop bottle rubber band powered car to drop a coin at the 5 metre mark. Got a couple of problems with that straight away. I do all my testing in my kitchen, and that is just on 5 metres long. So if we want to be able to show that this drops a coin at a specific point, 5 metres is no good to me because that's when it hits the wall at the end. So I shall have to do it at a shorter distance, but the principle will be the same. I'm going to have to make some mechanism that measures how far we've travelled and then drops a coin. So we'll see what we can do. This dear old car, this has been sitting outside in my shed for many months now, so it's not in best condition. I can see there's actually mould growing on the old barbecue skewer there, but I'll clean it up a little bit and then see what we can do with it. Okay guys, I've disassembled my car to tidy it up a little bit and replace some of the hot glue around the old bits, because having been outside for a long time it had actually started to crack and go hard. My next problem is Muhammad has actually said we have to drop a Lonnie, which is obviously his local type of currency. I've no idea how big a Lonnie is. I mean, that's a British pound coin. That's a British 10 pence coin. It's a British 2 pence coin. I think I'll go for a pound. It's probably the wrong size, but that's not really going to matter. It'll be the principle of what we do. So what I'm thinking of doing is making a little, well, I've got this cap off of some sort of bottle or other. I'm going to make a little trapdoor to go on the bottom. The coin will sit on top of the trapdoor, and I'll use a paper clip to go through there to hold the trapdoor in place. A bit of string attached to the paper clip that'll be attached to the back wheels, and as the back wheels go round they'll draw the string, and the string will be a certain length so that when it winds up the right amount it'll pull the pegs out of here and the trapdoor will drop off and the coin will drop out. So I'll cut a hole in the bottom of here for this to sit in, and well, that's my idea, so we'll see whether it works. Okay guys, I've done my modifications. I think the most difficult thing about this project will be actually filming it so you can actually see what happens. This is my bit of paper clip, which has got a little tag on the end of it. This end of it goes through my little bottle top that's in there, and that peg goes through the extra hole that's in the back axle there. So what I have to do is wind up the rubber band first, then put that through the axle and put the other end through our bottle top. Before I do that I have to put the coin in there and then put the trapdoor in. So the trapdoor holds the coin in place, and then the paper clip holds the trapdoor in place, and then as the car goes along the cotton gets wrapped round the back axle and if you've got the length of the cotton right, it'll open the trapdoor at the right place. Now also remember, I can't prove that it does it at 5 metres because I haven't got a long enough distance for it to run 5 metres, drop the coin and carry on, because my kitchen is only 5 metres long total. Right, try and show you what we've got. That's the peg sticking in the back axle. You can just about see the cotton lying loose in the bottom, and you might be able to see the paper clip going through the bottle top that I'm using to hold the coin. So if I let go, actually I'll just go back to the wall for the starting point. Okay, if I let go, hopefully that coin should be dropped somewhere along the length of my kitchen, and then we'd have to adjust the length of the cotton to make sure it drops it at exactly the right point. So here we go. And there we go. So the coin was dropped. The only thing you will have noticed is the car went backwards afterwards, and that's because my cotton's actually got caught round the rubber band. The best way to prevent that would be to move that peg further over to that side. Right, I've moved my peg for the rubber band right over to this side. I've got my paper clip going through my bottle top, as I keep calling it. I shall now stick this peg in its hole in the back axle. So that's in place. The cotton's completely loose. Okay, we're back against the back wall again. We'll let it go and see how we get on. So the purpose of this exercise will be if we can drop the coin anywhere near this piece of tape. Okay, so this is a test of accuracy to see if we can get the coin to drop in the same position that it did last time, or reasonably close to it. So here we go. Well, that's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. In fact, I think that's good enough to finish there and do a summary. Okay, object of the exercise was a challenge by Hussain to drop a Lonnie at 5 metres. Well, I don't have a Lonnie, I don't know what one is other than I know it's a coin, so I've used an English pound coin. I've got my rubber band powered pop bottle that I've used before. I've modified it slightly. Don't know if you can see through the plastic. It's got 2 pegs in the back axle, one over on this side for the rubber band and one on this side, if I can pull it out. Right, there we go. That's got my paper clip on the other end of it, and the paper clip goes into here, which if I pull that out, it's just a bottle top. Paper clip goes through it. In fact, if I put the coin in first, trapdoor on top of it, paper clip goes through, so we can turn that over and the coin won't come out until cotton wraps around the back axle and pulls it out. And that's how we're doing it. Other than that, this is the same rubber band powered pop bottle that I made months ago now. In fact, I was quite surprised to be able to find it. I'll put a link to the original rubber band powered pop bottle so you can look at the build. Right guys, now that I've finished the challenge, I've had time to Google what a Lonnie is. And it's not a Lonnie, it's a loonie. And apparently it's a Canadian dollar. So there you go, learn something every day. It's called a loonie because it's got a picture of a bird on it, and the bird is a loon. So there you go, the Canadian dollar is nicknamed a loonie. And apologies for me mispronouncing it on the way through the video, but that's because it was spelt 2 different ways in the challenge. So I guessed it was a Lonnie, but I was wrong, it's a loonie.